Alright, so behind me there you should be able to see something pretty cool looking. I'm still in the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area. There's going to be some traffic noise because I'm right next to Route 611 going through the gap, so the traffic noise is unavoidable. But behind me is a place called Cold Air Cave. There's some neat history to this. It was discovered in 1870, and above us is actually Mount Mincy. I was actually up there earlier today, and this is kind of what they call a talus cave from some of the rubble and loose stone falling from Mount Mincy. They call it a talus field. This cave was formed as a result of that. So it was discovered by, I guess, a farmer, they said, in 1870. He was kind of moving rocks around. He felt cold air coming out, dug it out more, and this is what he found. Of course, he claims to have found like a bar of lead and bones and a gun barrel in there as well, so who knows if that's true or not. But over the years, though, this place was turned into a tourist area. I think at one time there was like a restaurant, a gas station, everything here. And before we go in, I'll show you the remnants of that. There's a few ruins here, like even right on the side of it, there's just some stone walls. And down by the road, you can see some of the remains of that before we go in. But we will go in. As you can see, it's also heavily graffitied, but that's the way it is. I think the touristy part of it shut down in the 50s, and then, you know, it's still a popular place to come. But over the years, it's been forgotten, except maybe by the locals, as you can see. So let me take you off the tripod here. I'll show you just a bit around the cave, so you can see some of the, you know, things from when it was a restaurant and stuff like that. And then we'll go inside. Of course, once again, there is the entrance to the cave. Here's like some of the stone walls I was talking about that line the entrance to the cave. This is all kind of made into a little entranceway up to the cave. This whole area was, whoops, make sure I walk correctly. This whole area was once enclosed with, you know, buildings and stuff. You know, there would have been a building over top this whole area as well. So here's more remnants of that stone wall. And there's the highway that's making all the noise. There's even some old steps coming up here. There's a large pull off here as well. I'll give you more information about that in a bit as to where this is. Even down here, you can see some remnants. Like there's some old steps right there. We actually might check that out actually. There's a whole stone wall all along here. That's part of what was going on here at one time. Yes, let's just try and go up these steps a little bit. It looks pretty overgrown, but although there is a little trail right here though. Huh. Kind of goes on. Not sure. The cave is down that way. Interesting. There's that talus pile. Up there's Mount Mincy. I was up there earlier today. I'm guessing that's where this trail goes. Some people probably climb up that way. Alright, let's head back to the cave. But just quickly before we get back to the cave, let me tell you how to get here if you're curious about this. This is truck go past. This is the Delaware Water Gap. It's between, down below here is the Arrow Island overlook, and up to the north is the Point of Gap overlook. If you're coming south on 611, past that, I think it's called Point of Gap overlook, there's two pull-offs after it. It's the second pull-off, and you'll see that stone wall down there. That lets you know you're at the right place. Alright, let's get back to that cave, see what's going on in there. Alright, so here we are back at the entrance. I guess you should mention it's called Cold Air Cave for a reason, because lots of cold air coming out. They say it's always 38 degrees Fahrenheit coming out, but we'll see. So I'm gonna get set up with some lights and stuff, and then we'll make our way in there.
Alright, well it's your turn now. Let's go in. I'll have to admit, it's not the coolest thing in the world, but it's still interesting. Get some light on in here. Of course, this will be full of graffiti, as to be expected. It does not feel 38 degrees in here, I'll tell you that much as well. It kind of goes up that way, a ways. You can stand up in here, that's for sure. There's looking back at the entrance. Doesn't really go anywhere that way either. So, not terribly deep, but you can see it's just a talus cave. It's just a pile of rocks. It's not like a true cave. See, there's, they're whoops, hold on a second. Kind of wet in here. There are all kinds of little nooks and crannies back there. Even going up this way. See how far we can go up. Oh yeah, it does go back a little bit further that way. Well, it kind of keeps going. Yeah, I could maybe crawl up in there, but not get any farther. So I'm about as far as you can go in. So, yeah, not too bad. Pretty neat though, I'd say. It's worth a stop. It doesn't take that long to get here because it's right along the road. I'm gonna grab a few pictures. And I'll get back to you. All right, well let's head out of here. It's not, of course it's early autumn, so maybe it's, they say it's colder during next summer actually, but that's due to some phenomenon that we're not gonna get into. But actually I like looking out. Make sure my light's out. Looks neat. The entrances always look neat. Let's make our way out.
Alright, so that is Cold Air Cave. It's a neat little novelty, if you're in the Delaware Water Gap. Like I said, the parking is easy to find, and the little cave is back here is easy to find. The mine I was in earlier today, Tots Gap Mine / cave, that was a lot more interesting than this one. But hey, if you're driving through the area, kind of a cool place, even for the kids to see. It's cooler in there, especially during the summer when it's in the 80s and 90s. It'd be a lot cooler in there. Today's already kind of cool outside. So anyway, not very deep, not a very big cave, but there is a cave back there. So if you ever wondered what Cold Air Cave in the Delaware Water Gap looks like, that's what it is. I haven't found a video on YouTube about this cave, so maybe there probably is somewhere. But so that's one reason why I make these videos though too, is so that you can see what these places do look like. It's definitely worth a visit if you're in the area. So it's got some cool history to it as well. Like I said, there used to be, like a gas station, restaurant here and everything. So, all right, I'm gonna get out of this noisy place, and hopefully we're gonna find some waterfalls in my last video here in the gap before I head home. So, farewell from Cold Air Cave, and I'll see you around. Hopefully at some waterfalls. Thanks for watching.